What up, everybody? I am your host, JP, and this is my co-host, Josh.
Hey, everyone.
And this is another episode of the FilmBros podcast. All right, y'all, welcome back to the Scarefest edition. We are now going to give you guys our ranking of the top 5 Halloween movie, or our top 5 Halloween movie. Josh's top 5, my top 5. We're probably going to get into a couple arguments in a little bit more defensive mode. We are in that realm. The other movies fell in line where they needed to be in our list, and we gave a little bit of tease. If you guys want that whole conversation, we have that episode out right now for you guys. Go check that out. Any past episodes, actually, go check it out. If you're new to this channel, there are new episodes for you, so go check those out as well. Josh, let them know where they can do that, support us in a big way if they want to catch a live, and where they can support us.
Listen to us anywhere you get your podcast, at FilmBros Podcast, at Spotify, that's YouTube Music, that's Apple Podcasts, things like that. We're on a bunch of sites. Follow us on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. We post when new episodes are up. You can recommend a movie or show, things like that. Support us in a big way. Buzzsprout link is in those bios of the socials I just gave you. Subscribers get special perks, shout-outs on episodes, things like that. So we recognize you for helping us grow. And again, you help us grow. Subscribe to our YouTube at FilmBros Podcast. And then follow us on Twitch for when we go live every Saturday and throughout the week at FilmBros Podcast.
Yes. But for those that are like, well, I don't want to go over there and listen to that episode, I'll give you guys a recap. Michael doesn't fucking die. So
best way
that's basically it. So if you guys haven't seen the movies, we do get into spoiler territory, obviously. So go check those out. Come back. If not, they're old movies. You should have seen them by now. I'm assuming we're going to just jump right into it, right, Josh?
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing else to it.
You ain't got no, built up beef from the last one, right?
No.
All right.
No, they all kind of make sense.
Yeah.
I think here might be the issue, because
this is where we're going to jam up the works.
There's probably a lot more bad than good at those back end, if that makes any sense.
There's more bad?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. And you got to understand, too, a couple of them, they're a product of their time. And, we're in a different era by this time. It's not like you're going to be like, story-wise, A New Hope might exceed, let's say, what's a better Star Wars film? Revenge of the Sith or something like that. But visuals help make for a better viewing experience, in my opinion. Now, that's a whole conversation that we're willing to have with people. Does CGI play a factor in a movie? Does the visual experience matter? And I, for one, think so, because I think Hollywood movies themselves, Michael Myers coming out with the very first Halloween movie, having no kills in it, hardly any blood. There was some blood, but hardly any blood. And then people saying, no, we want to see more carnage, more gore. So what do? They put more blood. They put all that stuff in there. Why do they do that? Because people want to be visually pleased. People want to see that shit. Same thing with CGI, whatever. I don't agree with the CGI blood that they're doing these days, though. Some movies are doing too much of that. Renfield is a huge offender. If you haven't seen that movie,
and I'm not gonna watch that movie.
You gotta watch it, though.
I'm not gonna watch it.
What if it makes your top 10 of this year?
Why would it make my top 10, man?
You have to watch the movie, and it's October. It's the perfect time to watch Nicolas Cage as a vampire.
To watch already.
Oh yeah. Full slot over here, this guy. Full slot. So you started off your 12, so I'm gonna start off the 5. Okay. If that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. My number 5 has to be Halloween Ends.
Okay.
It made my top 5.
Okay, that's crazy.
We gotta acknowledge the kills in this one were solid.
Yes.
Though I disliked the fact that Laurie wasn't in there, and I really wasn't rocking with Corey and all that. I cannot say it wasn't a fitting end for a Halloween movie. Because evil takes shape. It goes to different people. I didn't like the execution. That's why it's 5. I think they could have went a different way, a different route. If they did do that killing the kid thing, I would have liked to have seen, a thirst for blood after that. I did this by accident. Now I can, what if I did it on purpose type shit. If they interconnected Corey like they did the other people of Haddonfield, like they did in the first 2. And the third one, then, there was really no excuse not to put him in the first 2, except that, we didn't know we needed him until the third one. So that kind of tells you where the reason why the movie's there in the first place, too. other than that, I'll tell you right now, there was better showdowns between Michael and Laurie.
Yeah.
This is not the showdown that I was like, oh, okay. It was a good ending because let's be honest, it was hilarious when he got mulched, right? It was like, oh yeah, fucking finally. Now come back from that, Michael.
Basically, yeah.
Halloween TV series.
I'm coming back.
So fitting ending for the trilogy, but obviously Rocky because we know that probably wasn't supposed to happen in the first place. But what do you think about that?
I guess that's fair. I think where I put ends, it belongs somewhere higher than the rest of them because it's not the worst, but it also isn't the best. Again, it's just weirdly executed. It's a weird thing because they take it in a weird direction. Not weird like Thorn or Angel Horse, whatever. Like, no, weird as in like from a technical standpoint, they never set that up technically.
Yeah.
So it's just weird.
No.
But I get it. I don't really have gripes with that. That's fair. I wasn't vibing so much with the showdown either. Like they were they were teeing it up the whole two movies, and then this one we just get like the last like 15 minutes or so.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh wait, Corey's in my way first. Pop.
Yeah.
Not anymore. He's not. And
yeah,
that has to be like a pitch meeting thing right there. That has to be where it's like, but what about Michael? I thought he's supposed to have the final showdown.
Hey, shut up. No.
Exactly. So what is your number 5? If that one's not really like a big head scratcher for
Mine
you?
is Halloween 2, the sequel to the 78.
WTF to that?
I really like this one.
Okay.
Didn't like again that I don't like that Laurie took a back seat. I have a real gripe with the studios for making them do that. But the kills were really good. The execution I thought was really nice. I think the way Michael was actually kind of clearing out that hospital was was so much better than I guess him not showing up to the hospital and not doing the job, if that makes any sense. We'll talk about that later down the line, but I really feel like they just let Michael loose on this one after how well the first one did. I don't know. I just think this one does really well with what it's given. And then again, I thought it was another fitting end. Like, oh, Laurie gets to make it out. Loomis is dead. Michael is dead. Like
he died with his monster, basically.
I would have preferred with that ending again, and that was the consecutive thing with the last kind of movies. If you guys check out the first part, I prefer like a lot of good fitting ends, and like this one just I think does it best, if that makes sense.
I don't know if you ever seen it on TV, but the TV ending is she doesn't ride off in an ambulance. She's driven off with the ambulance dude that she was like having a thing with.
Oh, smitten with?
Yeah. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if it was just more like easier for TV or something at the time, but they did. There's like an actual cut of like that happening for the only TV purposes.
That's so weird. Yeah, that's probably so they can make it on TV then.
Probably. So I can agree with you to an extent, but at the same time, I feel like it's just super slow. Like you didn't feel like it was super slow, or did you like?
Not really. I think after the first one, like I thought that one picked up drastically.
Oh, you think it picked up a little bit more than the first one? I guess in context of watching that one first and not knowing what was gonna come next, you probably, you know what? That's the coolest thing is that you were able to watch them fresh. You know, I still remember when I watched them fresh, and I can never do that again. You know, that's why I really want to pick your brain on why certain things are where. Because this is probably what the general consensus was too when the movies were coming out, right? Like you watch the first one, you're like, this was kind of slow. I hope the next one picks up. It picks up, but you're just like, whoa, you kind of stepped on the gas pedal there, buddy, like a little too aggressive, and then it's a different thing. It's different. It's so cool. Interesting. But I don't really have a rebuttal. I can like I said, I feel like those two can change because some people really like that fast pace and can sacrifice the story, whereas somebody wants that story and sacrificing that fast pace. I am one who likes the gore. I wish that those two met and had a baby, basically, and it would have been nice.
Give the right amount. Because that's always the weird thing with horror movies, though. Like, or at least I feel like the first one is either like all gas and like no steering, or it's all steering and like no gas, and then the sequel will just push that shit to the metal, and it's like I need that balance. But most people don't, or at least I don't think I've found a franchise where they gave that balance.
Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars.
No, I mean like horror wise.
Oh, horror? Yeah, no. Because it's like, where do you go from here? You already did the ultimate thing of killing people. Like,
yeah.
you kill more people? Like, and then at that point, you got to make people really dumb in order to get those kills.
It's all about, like, how creative you get with the kills, I guess.
Yeah.
To keep people interesting. But like, I guess Saw would be the balance where it's like, yeah, they're creative, but there's also a story there. They're probably the more... the one that walked that fine line, I guess.
Yeah, but I felt like they went through that same trope too, where like the first one was slow and the second one really picked up. They went through that too. I would say The Grudge probably stayed a little consistent, but kind of fell off on the third one.
Maybe, probably. It's been a while since I've seen them.
Oh, damn.
I was gonna say Insidious, but I think the second one takes a drastic dip.
Yeah, that one does. In the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, so then my number 4, you're probably gonna look at me sideways and be like, is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I gotta give it
that was weird.
I gotta give it to him.
No, that one's weird.
No, I gotta give it to him. All right, so listen here.
Yeah, elaborate.
Fitting end for a 2-part movie, in my opinion. They kept playing at the fact that Michael had some kind of like evil, mystical, like doorway or something, like something was making him evil. We didn't know what it was. Him making it like, oh, family and only the people that I love are the people that I listen to. Though I thought it was a cop out for Rob Zombie to bring back his wife. I think I said that before, but it played for the story and at least to like kind of finish it at the end. By the end of it, she's reunited with her mom, Michael, and the white horse. I don't know. Maybe it was I feel like it was just symbolism. That's why.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people make fun of the white horse, and I poke fun at it as well. But I think it was just a symbolism thing because in the first one, he was playing with that horse, and it was just like he liked it. So that was probably what he thought was good for him.
Yeah.
I like that they stuck with, I'm not trying to kill her. I'm just trying to reunite her with the rest of us, because she was gone. That motivation for Michael, I feel, does a lot better and makes for a fitting closing end for not only Laurie, but Michael.
Yeah.
Loomis, I don't feel like he got a fitting end. I will say, I know you don't like the direction they went with him. I told you before off the pod, but I'll say it for you guys now, is that I like that transition where he was a doctor and a failing writer who, finally had his big break, thought that it was dead, and just kind of took that money and basically ran with that shit and was like, oh, well, I don't have to worry about it. I don't even have to be a doctor anymore. I'm Dr. Phil, basically,
Stupid.
And so at the end of it, him being brought back because he felt guilty and he started feeling that guilt of like the victims and everything. Obviously, you've seen that throughout the movie. And him coming back and saying like, no, like I feel bad now. I know him just showing up was kind of like out the blue, but like he felt bad. So he drove out there. Okay. He figured it out. He GPS'd it. However, evil.net. I need to figure out where he's at. He found it. He got there, got his ending. Everybody got their ending. It was over. I don't like how they just started popping off at Laurie. I will say that. They were just like, shoot that bitch too. Toof, 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 toof,
yeah,
toof,
no,
toof.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, I understand because they picked up the knife and were like not taking any chances with her. But
she got a knife.
Like at least like give her the benefit of the doubt to drop that before you start throwing slugs in her. Damn.
They didn't even give her a warning.
Yeah, they were just like boom.
She's picked up the knife.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nah, man. I think that's a little too high for me.
The kills
were good, but that's about it.
They make you like. I was worried about this one and the other one because the kills are kind of graphic and you're not really like a blood guy.
The second one took me out. I was like, oh boy, that's tough. But the first one, I remember the first one well enough to be like not bothered.
Okay,
I guess.
Okay.
But the second one, I didn't remember like at all, and I was like, damn.
Which one? The one that got you? I need to know.
In the second one?
Yeah.
I'll bring it up later because I know you're gonna ask, but it's the one. It's the one where he's basically going into the strip club and he's like bashing that dude's head or chick's head into the mirror or whatever. There's that one.
That was in the first Halloween. In the second Halloween.
Yeah, and then the first one.
No, that was in the first Halloween. What was it? What was the kill in the second one?
No, in the second one, it's the second one where he goes to that little strip club and then bashes the dude's head in.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, you
you're
got
right.
me confused. I was like, no.
No, I thought that happened in the first one too.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you're
no.
right.
The first one that got me. Damn, which one was it?
When he was the dude in the parking lot, or the dude that was in that he broke his arm and he was like running out and it's like, oh my arm.
That was fucking tough.
Yeah. Oh, what about when the dude like was screaming for help and Michael came around and just like got a piece of glass and everything?
Yep. Yeah, a lot of bad ones here. I don't know. I just remember the first one being like handling that one well. The second one though was tough. Like the one like where he kills the dude with the antlers on his truck. That shit was tough.
Yeah. I feel like the second one picked it up with the brutality of the kills.
Had a lot of like brutal kills in it, and I was like, damn, that shit was crazy.
What's her name? The girl that plays Ma in the beginning when she died in the hospital.
Yeah.
The old lady
The
that
dream
was
sequence.
like the old lady that was like the nurse that her eyes were like gouged out on the gate. That one was insane too.
It does. Yeah. That second one was full of like dark kills, and I was like, damn.
Yeah. Got bad.
Weird that I low key think that they were hinting again. I told you that like he was capable of teleporting.
Yeah, after you told me that, I re-looked it up because I never really thought about that whole teleporting thing. I thought it was more of those like those jump scares, like, oh, here I am. I don't know. I couldn't really find anything on it, but I was just like, that's an interesting theory too. Like, imagine if he could teleport. That'd be insane. But I never thought that during the movie.
You never thought he could teleport while watching it? For me, so I don't sound crazy. In Rob Zombie's second one, what do you call it? Look at a few scenes where he pops up out of nowhere, and he just shows up, does his business, and then he vanishes. Right? To me, that kind of felt like he was teleporting. Like, there's a few scenes about it. I think there's like 2 or 3 where he's just like, I'm here, kill him, and then he's gone. He's gone. Like nothing happened. And then I know in Kills and all that, or not Kills, Kills, and then the 2018 one, we see him walk. You know what I mean? And I know they insinuate that he can kind of teleport or whatever in maybe the first one, because Lori will look, see him, that he's gone, and then he's gone. Like, we're going to assume his big ass just walked out of frame. No. Like no, but like I really think he was insinuating that he was capable of teleporting.
Well, technically, in every single one, he would be able to teleport then. Because in every single movie, he's standing somewhere and then disappears. I kind of feel like that's would have been on par.
Well, maybe, but again, you can make the instance that, okay, he just walked away very quickly or whatever. But like I'm telling you, the killing scenes where he was just whoop.
I felt like that was just like to give it some flair.
Maybe, I don't know, but I dead ass theorize.
You know how like J.J. Abrams is like lens flare everywhere. This is probably like Rob Zombie's thing where he was just like, well, we got to make it look cool. Like a dude speed walking out there is gonna look weird type shit. So that's where I would chalk it up to. But I think top 5 for that one is perfect. Okay. You don't think so?
No, I think it's too high.
Oh,
I don't think it's bottom of the barrel, but it's also not the best one.
Okay.
IMO.
Okay. What's your number 4?
Number 4 is Halloween 4. The return of Michael Myers, right?
Okay.
Number 4.
Okay.
I liked what this one set up. I liked the premise. I like Jamie. I like mostly everything. I on its own it does well, but on a team it kind of sucks. Like it misses the dunk on the other ones, obviously. But I think this one's pretty solid, and this one has nostalgia in it for me, because I told you, like, this one is like my favorite. I remember really liking this one, and watching it again, I was like, okay, now I remember, because it set up something really cool, regardless of if it failed. I like that setup.
Yeah, and the acting was solid. I think everybody's direction was pretty good in the way that they were going, but they did fumble the bag with 5 for sure. This one, I can tell you're probably smoking crack for putting it all the way up there, but I can also agree that nostalgia does do a factor. I didn't know it was going to bump it up past 5. I think that's insane. Nostalgia is just going to do everything for you, huh?
Well, I mean,
you're no better than Soups. You're one of them.
Yeah, Blade. There's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, no, I really enjoy this one, even if it does lack everything.
It's good that an older movie is making your top 5 though.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, because not a lot of like I said, if it's a product of its time, it doesn't really make it to the top. So that's why that one's down at the bottom for me, because I'm just like, it doesn't live up to the rest of them.
I do like the premise that the town decided to take it into their own hands, and I was like, okay, finally they're doing something about it. I know this is gonna be a recurring pattern, but later down the line, I enjoyed it for the most part. I thought it was funny as fuck watching Michael get riddled the way he did and then crawl out of a little rabbit hole. They throw dynamite down there and he still makes it out. I thought that shit was funny. But for the most part, this movie does something really interesting.
It does. It does. It puts it in a good path, but then Mustafa Akkad was like, well, no.
We can ignore the rest of that.
The history on why these movies went through their whole tumble is just
weird.
It's a whole weird thing.
It's so greedy,
all these different things. So, but my number 3, it pained me to put it up here, but I felt like I needed to, is Halloween Kills.
Word? Why is that a problem?
It's a problem because it's a repeat offender shit that they keep on doing. I do like it because of the kills are solid, but it's one of those, it feels like what they've been doing with the Ahsoka show. Just put Anakin Skywalker and people are gonna be like, oh, you know what I mean? And that's what they did in Kills.
Just have a stroke? What was that?
Like that was them busting. And Kills, they did the same thing they did with Halloween 2, which basically put Laurie in the backseat. Yes. That's another repeat offendery shit. Then they went ahead and completely dumbed down all the characters. Like like once again, holy shit. A whole fire brigade got taken out by Michael? You're kidding me. You're kidding me, bro. Like the first dude was just spraying him with water and just said,
that's what I thought was dumb. Like I understand the kills are pretty cool, but like I understand the water hoses pressure is supposed to knock down the average human. I think there's a time where that man that is tanking that water that's supposed to throw out an average human, you should really address the problem. Like, hey, this shit ain't working. Like
the water shouldn't have made him slip a little bit too, like something. Like, but I get it, trying to make him look superhuman. I understand, but it's like, so that's why I can overlook it for the story, right? The story is okay. The little subplot with the evil dies tonight and they changed the dude, though I don't like it. I understand that the route that they were taking it in, because I thought this one was supposed to be the bridger to the third one, and the third one was supposed to be the finish it all. And basically I thought they were going to do what they did with the 2018 to this one and basically started the same night in the next one, but they didn't do that and they went a whole different direction. So this one, I give it to it for the kills. I like the storyline. Some of the kills were a little dumbed down. I understand they do that in all the horror movies, honestly. It just seemed like this was the beginning of him not knowing where he was going to go next, and them just saying, hey, we need a second and third movie because hey, Michael sells, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's good for what it's worth, and that's why I put it at number 3. Honestly, this one, and I could tell you how fucked up the vision is when this one and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 could have fought for this third slot. The only reason why I give it to Kills is of the like weird that I do like that little like Laurie and cop love thing, and I like how it blooms in Halloween Ends, but I like how it was the beginning of this one. And watching the extended cut, I'm glad they cut a few things, because there was a lot of things that could have been cut out of that one. There was like in the theater there was no scene of her like yelling at a nurse when she was like talking to the daughter, but then there's like this whole scene where like she's talking to the daughter and then she just looks to the side and is like, will you get the fuck out of here? And then the nurse is just looking at her like getting her shit and like walks out. And I'm like, why did that? Totally unnecessary. Yeah, exactly. And I was like, unnecessary. So for the most part, for what it's worth, dumb kills for sure. I like the little nod that they did with the whole pumpkin, the masks thing and all that, and the brutal kills were insane. I will say that. Little John, Big John dying, that was the eyes getting gorged out. That shit was hard to watch. That one, I will say. I think that's like my weak point, is like the thumbs to the eyes, and I'm just like, oh, that's be so bad.
That's tough, man. Interesting.
I'm mad that they didn't show Big John or Little John dying.
Yeah, crazy that Michael decided to set him up like their picture.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, he really took the time.
Yeah. He does that with everything. He's just like, ooh, pretty. And like,
his kindergarten mind is like, nice.
But yeah, that's why I got to put it there. But
okay.
top 3, I know, but you got to understand all the Halloween movies, there's probably like a couple like really solid where the other ones are just like they tried.
Holds up a lot better.
Yeah.
I don't have a gripe with that. I think top 3 is where it belongs. You'll find out where I put that one, but I can agree to that. And then I think you'll find out also that I share the same gripes. So I'm ready to move forward.
Okay.
So we'll address it when I get there.
All right. What's your number 3?
Number 3. Okay. So I had to make a decision, but it's the Rob Zombie Halloween movie. Here's the thing, because I can feel the daggers. But it's good. Like overall, I think it's pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem I have, or the problems I have, is the beginning, I guess. Like again, I told you tonally wise, the beginning half and the middle all the way to the end are like 2 different movies. And I know you explained it to me why, but it doesn't really help that in universe the correlation isn't there. Like the first one, like the first half really sets up everything, and I get it. I'm behind it. Sure, it gets a little squiggly because of all the hard shit going on in there, and then you come out not unscathed because you're kind of scarred from the beginning half, and then it starts going down that normal Halloween traditional route, and you're like, damn, this is a different movie. Like it totally feels like you're watching the transition between two different things. That's where my main gripe lies. Like, I think it deserves to be top slot. The kills are solid. The acting is pretty good. It's just the tone transitions between the beginning and the end where it's like it throws me out of it, because I'm like, this is, the math ain't mathing. You know what I mean?
I don't see that. I don't know. I don't see that. I feel like he blended that tone there. I just think you're right. It's a totally different movie because I felt like they just try to reimagine remake what sold in the first place. And I think if remakes are to be done, they're going to want to see what they saw in the first one. No blue overalls, no nothing like that. It's going to fucking make people riot. They were going to be like, this isn't Michael Myers. What happened with that alien movie Prometheus, when they didn't show no aliens and shit like that? Like, people revolted. People don't like to not see their people. And so I felt like him going from his take of the character and applying that to what we already knew and adding that extra layer, I thought it was very effective.
No, I don't know, man, because again, it's just a lot of like I understand the story he was giving me. It's just tonally wise, he took some liberties that obviously are very frowned upon, and then he like just went down the normal John Carpenter route. He was like, oh yeah, my beginning is a circus or whatever, and then Michael breaks out, and it's like, okay, here we are. Like straight line type shit. And I don't know. And then I like the switch up. I'm a big fan of Laurie being his sibling versus babysitter. Like, I like that personal connection. I do like that towards the end they took the time to be, or he just wanted that family or whatever. It was a nice, interesting take. I know I shitted on Part 5 not too long ago for having that, but I honestly prefer it here because he's not really forcing it on anybody. He's just like try to understand, like, yeah. And she just wasn't grasping it, and it's not till basically like she kind of stabs him, and then where he's like, all right.
But even then, because when he had her in the pool, when she was in the pool and he was down there, he wasn't even trying to kill her. Yeah. He just wanted to take her back, so he can still have her. He was willing to put himself in harm's way just to have her, because he wants to have his family back. Yeah, I like that take. I thought it was good.
It was a nice little like moment where you're just like, okay, maybe he's not pure evil. He just cares about who he cares about, and he'll kill anyone who gets in the way. And I can understand that. Like, that's kind of nice. But again, so I like,
in a sick, twisted, demented way.
Yeah, no real gripes other than that. But third place, it just has to fall there because of the other two.
Well, since we're on the topic, then my second one would have to be Rob Zombie's Halloween 1.
Okay.
I give it to that one because I do like the take. I understand that one scene, and I will say that is probably the theatrical cut changed it for the better. Obviously, there was no reason for that to have been the case, why he escapes, when there could have been totally different other ways.
Yeah.
Machete could have, felt sorry for the kid and let him out, but that's Rob Zombie trying to be different, whatever. And I like the Loomis in this one I like.
Oh yeah, far better Loomis than what they try to do in the second one.
Yeah, like he just seemed determined to stop Michael, and just like I said, planting that seed that he wanted to make a book and get a little fame from it and stuff like that. So he wasn't as big as he was in the second one, but he was pretty big, or getting there in this first one.
Yeah.
I like seeing that happen. I don't like that they kind of, obviously they did that thing what they did in Extraction, like, oh, is Loomis actually dead? And they kind of just played with that, and it turns out he wasn't actually dead. So it's all fine and dandy. But that one itself, with the ending and everything, the way she shot Michael in the head, that would have just been like a perfect bloody ending for like what Rob Zombie was trying to go for. But it, we need a second one,
basically. Yeah.
And so,
like, hey, can you do it again?
Yeah.
No.
It was a big ordeal. It was a big ordeal.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but I think that one is a solid second slot movie. For sure.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I understand. And here's the thing, because we are siblings, it looks like our lineup is starting to match a bit.
Okay, so what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Kills. Halloween Kills.
Okay.
I told you I was having a real dilemma about what I wanted to do with this one, because I totally could have taken it for its plot and ignore the kills, and then I was like, but the kills really make this movie a solid contender. And then at the end of it, I was just like, no, if you look at it from Michael's point of view, this movie makes sense. And Laurie took a back seat. So I really like this one. I share the same gripes, though. I don't like how dumb the citizens were. Granted, they made for good kills. This isn't an 80s movie. They should have been moving smarter. But I understand that, I guess evil was blinding them or whatever, and it was Michael's whatever.
Evil dies tonight.
Yeah. Maybe I'm dumb, but I didn't grasp the concept of him jumping out a window, that one mental patient. Maybe you can break that down for me, because I didn't quite get it.
That was just him cracking under the pressure. And was like, I'm not going to let you get me. I'm going to kill myself, kind of thing.
Yeah, but like, what was the reason? Like, why was that side plot a thing?
That was supposed to be like, basically what they did in Halloween Ends was they need an outlet to take out their anger on. And because they felt like Michael was still out there and they were scared and all that stuff, they just seen somebody running around with the coat on. But I'm like, if this guy was a public figure in your town that murdered tons of people, you would have a picture and know what he looks like. You're not gonna fucking follow Cobblepot down the damn hallway, bro. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, that was the point of it.
Okay.
Blind rage and whatnot.
Okay. I guess that makes sense then, because I feel like I understood it, but I didn't want to be wrong and be like, I didn't like it because of this.
Yeah.
But I just didn't really vibe with that. Again, Laurie taking the back seat. I know it's exactly what happened with Halloween 2, but at least with Halloween 2, she gets out of bed and the movie keeps going with her doing something. Here, she's stuck in bed, and then not even that final like 15 minutes or so. It's just her at the end, like, I'm coming for you, and then she doesn't come for him. But yeah, the kills here are great. I think the towns
too late, bitch. I got your daughter.
The townspeople are really good. Just really good kills all around. I honestly, really good. Second place is where it deserves its lineup for me.
Okay. So I'm guessing we're at the point where we show our insignias, or maybe the fact that it is the perfect Halloween movie. And I guess I'll just say it. It's both of ours is Halloween 2018, right?
That takes top spot.
Now, I told you earlier, if Halloween and Halloween 2 had a baby, it would have been the perfect movie.
Yes.
Halloween 2018 is that movie.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
It has the stalking, it has the pacing is right, the kills are immaculate, and it ends on the best note ever. And they throw it all away for a sequel. And I understand they need a sequel, but in my opinion, Halloween 2018 does everything right.
Yeah. It really finds that balance of what made the first one so good, the stalking and things like that, and then it still gives you the kills and stuff. That's the most important thing. Like it didn't shy away because they had to introduce Michael. Like, no, they established immediately, hey, he's been here for 40 years. This is where Laurie's at, gearing up for his ass to come back. And then they start just going at it down there from there. Honestly, such a really like perfect moment. Like, I felt like after everything, when I watched 2018, I was like, this we should have had more of this
Yeah.
down the rabbit hole somewhere. Make it not so hard to find last place, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because right out the gate, you're like, this is a gem. This is not bottom of the barrel shit. But oh man,
I think the only thing that kind of makes it ridiculous is that they took away Halloween 2 and they took away that sister brother thing.
that's not. I guess that's the only thing. Because again, I like that aspect.
Yeah, I think making her just a victim of circumstance just makes it feel dumb in the bigger scheme of things, because you're just like, well, yeah, the doctor did take him there, so he wasn't actually there for her. She was just once again put in his path.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I guess in a way it's like, oh, that's scary. You know, fate keeps bringing us together for whatever reason. But in the grander scheme of things, it's like, well, you know, it would have been better some kind of connection between the two, that he always feels the need to come and get her. Even in Halloween Ends, he wasn't even there for her. He was there for his mask, and she just so happened to be there. It's like, why make it a victim of circumstance, and we coincidentally meet up again? It's like, no, like it'd be better if it was, you know, there's some kind of string attached. It would have been better if and that's what I think makes Halloween Ends kind of dumb too at the end of it, when it's like, oh, kill me, like, let us die together. Like, bitch, you don't need to die with him. You're literally in the middle of this for no reason. Like, they made it known multiple times. So it's like, that aspect of that movie, I guess throwing that family relationship away is stupid, in my opinion.
But honestly, like, this movie deserves all of its flowers. It found the balance, found the kills correctly. The story did really good. It reunites us with some people that we haven't seen in a while, so that's cool. I know Halloween Kills was a big cameo fest of old people, but for this one being like
old
the
people, the OGs.
Well, yeah, you like the OGs. But
Tommy Doyle, the real one.
Doyle, yes, Tommy Doyle. He saw me peyote. But yeah, this one just deserves everything. It's so good.
Yeah, the parents dying was like an icing on the cake, or the dad dying. I don't like that they took away both parents by Halloween Ends. I mean, trauma's trauma, but fuck.
Yeah.
Give her a break.
Damn.
But I guess we're on the same page with this one.
Really weird. Because the back end was really shaping it up, and I thought you were going to have some curveballs, and for the most part, no.
Halloween's pretty straightforward. And then if now I could be a douchebag and just be like, oh no, H2O is like the best one ever, but we can all objectively look at it and just be like,
that's not the case.
That's not it at all. But now that we're at the end, we know what your favorite Halloween story is. So I think, and I'd like to say that we got like multiple different Lauries out of this, right? I think we got Rob Zombie's Laurie, where she was kind of like a teenage fuck you, whatever.
Rebel or whatever.
You had the original Laurie, which she was just a damsel in distress, and that leads over to H2O's Laurie, who is also a damsel in distress that is traumatized, basically.
Yeah.
And then you have the Laurie Strode in the 2018 one, a fucking warrior, and then you have the one that comes out and kills and ends. So it's, I think we have like, what is that, 4 or 5 different iterations. Which is the way that you felt was the best way they portrayed Laurie, and would you have wanted them to continue that route?
Honestly,
or would you have wanted her to die? I know at one point she did, but
yeah, but not in the way I was expecting. Honestly, the 2018 one did it right. Like I liked that she was just geared up, ready for his ass for when he arrived, and then the fact that her own family strained because of such sacrifices she was willing to make about surviving was really good. It just, what kills it is that she's the babysitter. Like that just ruins it entirely. Like, damn, she's gearing up for someone that she technically doesn't even know. Like, it would have been so hard hitting. Like, if they took that brother relationship, the sibling relationship, and was like, okay, yeah, and she's gearing for his ass, she's gonna be the one to kill him. Basically, what was going on in Resurrection at the time, like, perfect. It would have been perfect to me. Like, I prefer that. If I had to choose one to just like die straight out the gate, well, I guess the Rob Zombie ones did it best. Then we call it kill both of them immediately, and then they're just reunited in hell or heaven, whichever one. Because then it makes sense. The Myers family doesn't exist anymore, and the plague on the earth is over, or whatever.
Yeah. I can agree too. I think the lore we got in 2018 was good. Natural progression into kills, and then unnatural progression into ends, which was weird. Because
you don't spend your life fuck your family over, hyping up for someone that is probably not gonna come out, and then they come, take your kid, stab you. You promise you're gonna handle it, and then in the next one you're just like, pumpkins.
And then you have to have the context too that her training did work.
Yeah.
That she wasn't wrong, because at the end of the day, what did the mom do in Halloween 2018? She was like faking it. Oh, I don't know what to do, whatever.
She still picked up the gun.
And then she saw him, and boom, it was over because she knew what she had to do. So I think that one was the one that got it right. But if we were gonna go the sister, like the whole sister thing and everything, Rob Zombie 100%. He knew exactly what he was going for, and I like the aspect that Michael wasn't trying to kill her. That I think that was like the icing on the cake, because to me, I'm like, if that's your sibling, why would you want to try to kill your sibling?
Mm-hmm.
Now I understood why he killed the older one, because she was a little shitbird to him.
Yeah, but like she was an innocent baby.
Yeah, so that's very good that we're on the same page at least. Better Loomis. Who played Loomis better?
Regardless of where he went in the second one, the dude from Rob Zombie's movies,
Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah. I did like what they tried to do with him in Kills. I think they painted up one of their executives or whatever, because he looked like Loomis without the makeup, so he was real. He wasn't like CGI. He did pretty good, and I know, but like again, it really fucks up because I don't like I guess I really don't like where they both ended up, but him being so obsessed and crazy and using like people as human shields to lure in Michael, like that's just fucking insane. It's like, you didn't create that man, bro. Like, leave that boy alone at that point. It didn't work. Move forward.
Yeah.
But, like, it was dumb. And then, I don't like the famous route where he went. But for the first one, I guess works.
Okay.
A zombie one.
So the Rob Zombies.
Yes.
I think that's the problem, too, is that we saw where he became. And I guess if it was the Donald Pleasance 1, 2, and 4, hands down, I think he's the better one. If they went that crazy route and obsessive.
Yeah.
I think him doing that, and at the end of it, it kind of him figuring out by the fourth one that evil doesn't die; it just takes shape as a different being, and he's tangled up in it again. Perfect ending, even in the second one, perfect ending. But then they did 5 and 6, and it kind of makes you be like, "Well, what the fuck?"
The doctor in the 2018 one was fucking insane, though.
Oh yeah. He's like, "Say my name, Michael." I was like, Michael's like, "Say this boop." So I would have to, because I like the natural progression of Rob Zombie's Loomis as well. I like how he jumped from here, and I like his arc, I guess. So I gotta give it to him. I actually liked his route, and I guess stopping at 2 movies was like the best thing for him.
That's why I think even OG Loomis was better, just 1 and 2.
Yeah, 1, 2, 4. I'd say 4 too. No, you didn't really like him in 4. Why? Because it was burnt.
He was a burn victim. I'm a burn victim too. Like,
I'm Josh.
But that's the thing, right? I think that's just, if he didn't go the direction he went in Rob Zombie's second film, would have worked.
Okay, that's fair. But to wrap this up and to basically give the horror fans the last treat, what is your top 3 best kills of the franchise?
We're doing top 3? I thought we were going down like a whole list.
No,
I have a whole list from each movie. No,
it's okay. Just your top 3 best kills from the franchises.
Okay, because I do have a list. This one, because it's 3 kills, but like you gotta give the props.
Give me your third one. I give you my third one. We'll go down the list.
Okay. Third one. Well, third one. Okay.
Craziest kills. The ones that made you go, oh fuck that.
Okay. Third one. I know, as sad as it is, it has to go to Danny Trejo's death in Rob Zombie's movie.
Oh yeah.
Like that one will always sting.
That boy got like dunked in the water. Mikey.
And then he had a TV smashed on him. Like it's not so much of like the kill itself. It's how it lingered for so long. And you're just like, oh man.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it lasted a while.
Yeah. And it's like it really shows that Michael was just like, even if you were taking care of me, quote unquote, you're not safe. And like he got the worst of it because again, he was dunked. He didn't die from the dunking, and then he got a TV smashed on him. He was literally suffering that whole time.
Yeah.
That's third.
That was like salt in the wound type shit. Ouchie. My third one is the beheading of the guy in the car in Halloween 2. That one, I would have shut it up. Play dead, bro. I would have been so limp, never said anything. I would have been like, what's moving in the back of the van? Michael Myers. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, that one was a hard watch for me.
Okay.
I think that one was pretty bad for sure. What's your second one?
Second one goes to it's the OG Halloween, 78. Bob's death. If you can remember Bob, he's the one that Michael stabs on the door first, like the first ever one. I like that, and then I like later on where he comes in as a ghost and kills Linda, the chick he was with.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the first door one was pretty good.
Okay. My second one, I don't know what it is. I'm a sucker. I'm gonna put these two together because I can't really think of like one singular second one. I like the 2018 one with the podcasters when they're in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And he basically busts homeboy's door and then chokes out homegirl and he killed everybody. But also the bathroom one in Rob Zombies when with the dude when he's like, oh, you better get out of here before I finish dropping this dump or whatever, blah blah blah. And then and basically got his shit wrecked in the whole bathroom stall too. Yeah, that one was crazy.
Homie was rigging up public bathrooms.
I know. I'd have been like, this is so unsanitary. Can we take it outside? Yeah, so those two I gotta lump them together, but they're bathroom stall kills for sure.
Okay. I'm number one.
Yeah.
Number one. It's tough because there actually is a good handful of decent kills throughout the franchise.
Yeah. If you want to bundle a couple in, shoot them out.
Well, I was gonna do one, and then I think we'll just go with honorable mentions.
Okay,
because they all can't just make it on the list.
I got you.
So I'm gonna go with I think his name for Halloween 5.
The boyfriend.
Michael, that's a good one, yeah. And then Spitz when he's hit with the pitchfork.
Oh, got you. Oh, the pitchfork.
Both of those were good ones.
Yeah, when he was about to get it on and shit. Damn, I'd be mad as hell. Yeah, brutal stuff. Yeah, I'd be mad as hell if I was like about to get it in and like he just Michael just like
he got it in.
Yeah. This is how it feels. Yeah, that one was insane. But I gotta give number one always hands down. Like kills in general, it got to be the Halloween kills. That whole fire brigade, like that one. Everybody just getting hammered by Michael. Even though I'm like, damn, you guys should have put up a better fight.
Yeah.
That one for sure. Like the POV shots of like the poles going in the glass and everything.
First person view.
I will always rewatch that movie just for that scene. Like that scene's
really
great.
good. It's a good way to start off that movie. It's insane. Yeah. Like because it just really throws you into the action. Doesn't really waste time.
Yeah.
That was one of mine's on my list, but that one felt too obvious. Like that one, the townspeople that he murders.
The townspeople, that one was too easy. I felt like that one was even easier. There were so many times where like they had the gun right there. Shot.
He just was like faking him out. He's a good actor. But that one was good. Those two. The one where the chick is shooting him with the freaking gun, and then he just kicks it in her face. I like that one so much, dude.
That shit had me dying in the theater. I was like, did he just make her shoot herself? Like,
he kicked the fuck out of the gun and made her pull that trigger.
One shot scene in 2018 where he goes into the houses, kills them, and then goes into the other one, and the girl's like fixing the curtains. Yeah. And he just boom, she's dead. I was like, God.
Again, I told you one of my favorite ones in 2018. When he kills that fat kid or whatever, and he's like using the sensory lights to like hide himself. Oh yeah. And then
he puts his mouth on the pole on the barbed wire or whatever.
Yeah. That whole sequence was insane. That one was really good. I was like, damn.
The boyfriend getting killed in Kills was brutal.
That was tough.
That one lingered. That boy was like wanting to die. And then Michael just like snaps his neck at the end. She's like, leave him alone. Michael's like, watch this.
You're going to hate me in a second.
Spoiler alert, he doesn't walk out.
Goofy.
That one was I would say that one's a hard watch in that movie too. That was crazy. Them showing, I know we were talking about Halloween Kills, but them showing the body splatter of the dude when he hits the floor.
Yeah.
I was like,
that was tough.
Oh my God, okay.
That was tough.
That one.
Michael putting his boot to that doctor's face again, just another good one.
That one.
Like the actual like effects that came from. I was like, damn, the prosthetics or whatever.
Yeah, just smushed it. It just went
like eat boot.
Yeah, that one was bad.
It was good.
I'm trying to think of good ones in the old ones. See, like H2O didn't have good kills. I can't really think of good kills in Resurrection.
Well, I think H2O is the best one. Is just the one where that chick gets her foot clipped by the little elevator thing. Yeah, and then they find her strung up. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that one was kind of gnarly. but that was like an off kill, like
Yeah.
off screen kill.
Took her leg out. I was like,
Resurrection
I think that tripod one probably takes it. That's probably the only good
in
one.
the throat.
Yeah. I think the one that made me jump in that one was the one where he's staring at the mirror and then Michael gets him when he's staring at the mirror. You remember that one?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was a good one.
What about in 5? What good ones were in that one?
Mm.
Besides the boyfriend.
Well, yeah, I think those are the only good ones.
4.
There was Michael, and then it was Spitz. I mean, Michael brings a scythe to that one chick's neck.
Yeah, but you don't see that.
You
That's
don't
all
see
scene
that.
2. You just see the blood hit the thing.
Mm.
4.
For mine is probably the one where where he's driving the truck and Michael just grips his neck and takes his head off or rips his neck open. I forget.
Oh, when he like twists it like in the truck, and then she just like pushes him out.
They swerve, yeah, right before he gets lit up.
That's true. Yeah, they did have a lot of like arms popping out in this one too, huh? Like arms and bones and shit. Yeah, but
Halloween 2 with the water one, the hot tub one or whatever. That was tough. She was fucking melting.
She should have just played dead. I'd play.
Damn. Sleep.
Yeah, I would have been like, I'm dead already. I'm dead, bro. I'm dead. Like, chill, Michael. I'm dead. But with that, obviously, we got more horror movies to get to. We got more horror topics to discuss. We will be bringing you guys more. But if there's any that you guys want us to talk about, if we can squeeze it in during Halloween, we are willing to do that. We're also going to be trying to do more, some for like, if you guys know any like Thanksgiving movies, we're going to try to do
Thanksgiving movies.
We're gonna
the only one that's coming out is that Thanksgiving one. The actual.
That horror one.
Yeah.
By, what's his name? Eli or whatever. Or what's his name? I forgot his name.
I can't remember.
But yeah, with that, that's our top 5. That's our that's our rankings for Halloween in general. We want to know your guys' rankings. We want to know the best kills. We want to know which ones you guys love the most, and where do you guys think all this is gonna go?
Yeah.
We know Miramax is gonna be looking around, shopping the rights around to see who will be able to make the next Michael Myers adaptation.
Yeah.
Let us know what your guys' guesses are. Josh, let them know where they can talk to us. Give us a movie to review. Want to support us in a big way, or just chat.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at FilmBros Podcast. We post when new episodes are up. You can hit us up there for any news or movies you want us to cover. Listen to us anywhere you get your podcasts at FilmBros Podcast. That's Spotify, that's YouTube Music, Apple Podcasts, things like that. Support us in a big way. Buzzsprout link is in those bios. Subscribers get special perks and shout outs on episodes, so we recognize you for helping us out. Subscribe to our YouTube at FilmBros Podcast, and then follow our Twitch for when we go live at FilmBros Podcast.
And with that being said, we'll talk to you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.